Alright, so welcome. This is Sean Liberia. We're coming to you from the Capitol building. They see concern Gedehians against the confirmation of Ellis Grant as Superintendent of Gedehians County.
Capitol building. For the past 1 week, we've been on this ground, and our people in the villages in Grand Judea, they have been calling on the president to kindly withdraw the nomination of Ellis Grant as superintendent of the county. We believe that any of our sons and daughters can play this role very efficiently, but not criminal in Ellis Grant. Ellis Grant superintendency in Grand Judea will further undermine the government of Liberia development progress in Grand Judea. We want to benefit. We want to benefit from this administration. But the Crown people in Grand Judea County are saying, Mr. President, Ellis Grant superintendency will further undermine development progress in our county. Mr. President, you told us, the people of Liberia, that there will be no business as usual. Ellis Grant nomination as a superintendent of the county. Mr. President, you're not telling us the right thing, that there will be no business as usual. Ellis Grant lied on an oath. It is a crime against the state. Mr. President, you are aware, this is the man who forged another contract document claiming to hold a bachelor's degree exposed by Martin Ken Colley, subsequently expelled and suspended from the University of Liberia. And Continental University Graduate School. Mr. President, you told us under your watch, education will be a key sector. The educational area will be key to you. Appointing Ellis Grant, Mr. President, you are telling us in short that all the schools in Liberia should be closed because I will just go somewhere and just bring one fake degree and get a government job. Mr. President, what will we say about educational sanity in Liberia? An academic first story in Ellis Grant. Mr. President, will you call the Minister of Education and ask him about educational matters in Liberia? When you have a government official who is a rogue, a man who lied on an oath, expelled from the University of Liberia, and subsequently expelled from the Continental Graduate School for forging the Ibadan University degree on the claims that he graduated from said institution, and that information was far from reality. There's a same man who even lied that he graduated from the Surgery Lateral High School in 1989.
He got no document in high school.
Mr. President, like we petitioned you the other day when we met you, we want you to also read that document. We told you, Mr. President, you supported the establishment of the Local Government Act. And we are aware the Local Government Act said to even be a commissioner, you be an associate degree holder. Never even talking about being a superintendent, and Ellis Grant is an 8th grader. Mr. President, the Local Government Act is clear. The Local Government Act is into effect. It was passed by the legislators, the same building. So if we apply our eyes on the Local Government Act of requirements of government officials, Mr. President, we are saying to you, no. What you said that there will be no business as usual, meaning you'll be doing 10 times worse than former President George Weah.
Amanda, say yo, you not get nobody need to say Superintendent seminar for that. They say yo, you are lame. Where is it not going to say yo?
We will not give our county to a man who has brought disgrace, not only to this building, the legislature, but to the Republic of Liberia. It was reported on the international media, the CNN, the Al Jazeera, the BBC. The lawmakers from Liberia were expelled from 2 public universities in this country only for lying and faking credentials.
Amanda, say yo, be over here, yeah, NHS are going to say yo, now who the men are getting paid, I don't agree, rather say yo.
Mr. President, we are saying to you, Grand Jida is still in tears. Few days ago, Mr. President, we are saying to you, we are still in tears. Few days ago, Grand Jida lost one of our brightest sons. May his soul rest in peace, representing Era Malice Nguyen on the lake.
Amanda, say yo, the chat there, you're not free for guys, say yo.
Mr. President, you are aware, like we said to you in our communication, family members, immediate friends have accused Honorable Grant. We are asking Honorable Grant to say something that will convince us, or Mr. Grant should exonerate himself if the accusations against him are wrong or false. Mr. President, the souls of late men and great men of women of Grand Jida crying. Today, where is the late Otis Zolo?
Amanda, say yo, because you get about CEO and they say yo, about what's the human being say yo.
Mr. President, we will not work with anybody who has always been involved into Richard Lester killings. Mr. President, instead, you should be calling this man, you should be informing state security actors to investigate this man, for his name always being mentioned into mysterious killings in Grand Jida. Mr. President, appointing Ellis Green as a superintendent, you telling us that our children will not play in the street. You telling us, Mr. President, that we will not go in the street, because when we go in the street, we're lost. This is the man who went on national radio and said, when Grand Jida election magistrate, who mysteriously disappeared for the last 4 years. For the last 4 years, we lived after Donald. 4 years ago, Grand Jida County, one of our brightest sons, election magistrate Alfred Donald, got missing. But Mr. Grant have gone on national radio to tell the people of Liberia, that Ellis Grant, that Alfred Donald got missing only because there's a spirit. We understand this, but
Amanda, say yo, that one union going to say yo, got a money and steam in the other say yo.
Ellis Grant have said to the people of Liberia that the mysterious disappearance of the former election magistrate Alfred Donald is as the result of Gedehians. Mr. President, apparently you don't understand the traditional interpretation of Gedehians in the Crown dialect. But let me tell you what Gedehians means. Mr. Grant said on radio that Alfred Donald was taken by a marine spirit. And in our Crown tradition, Mr. President, I'm telling you the tradition of the Crown people. In our tradition, if you say somebody got missing, there's a spirit who take the man. Meaning our elders will call you and say, if you utter these statements, it indirectly implicates you as a person, the fact that you proclaim that a marine spirit Gedehians takes somebody from the bush. Mr. President, we are sorry that you are not a crime man, and that's what we are telling you. Ellis Grant make that statement, and that aggravated the people more. When he said, but the man lost, like Gedehians got the man. So we're asking him, Ellis Grant, The Gedehians that is a welder that took Alfred Donald, the election magistrate. Where is that Gedehians? Because you know about it. Family members, the wife of the man who disappeared, Alfred Donald, have accused Mr. Grant on national radio that Mr. Grant, Senator Zoe Manuel Peno, and the people who are involved into the mysterious disappearance of Alfred Donald. There are a lot of unresolved issues Ellis Grant have with the people of Grand Gide. Based upon that, Mr. President, we vehemently rejected him at the ballot box because we think that this man, being a senator, will further cause a damage to our county. We were based upon these reasons. We rejected Ellis Grant to the ballot box. Mr. President, some of the faces you are seeing here today campaign for you in Grand Gide. Of course, you got little over 4,000 votes. But again, Grand Gide is part of the 15th sub-political division of this country, South. We should benefit from the government on our laws. We agree, Mr. President, you have the authority, the constitutional authority. But again, our laws in Liberia are very considerable. Again, our laws are considerable. Mr. President, we are informing you that Article 1, Article 50 and 70 of the Constitution of Liberia also gave us the sentencing the right to petition you, to petition our government and our leaders and its functionaries. Mr. President, Article 1 of the Constitution of Liberia says that we, the people, the government, we can institute the government and we can cause our leader to create vacancy by impeachment or petition for a cause, much more of a genuine reason. Both elected and appointed officials, Mr. President. You are president of the country. You are taking oath to uphold the constitution of this country. And we know, Mr. President, you will not violate the laws of Liberia. Under our laws, if somebody forged document falsification of documents, is a major crime in Liberia. A man who forged an honored country university document to give me a prestigious position like the superintendency to represent your office as a prestige of the president in the country. Mr. President, we think you'll be violating the laws. Instead, you should be calling on the Ministry of Justice to be investigating this man who forged another country document to come here and say he have a bachelor's degree. And your own state government institution, the University of Liberia, expelled this man. There are records to that effect. Mr. President, the petition we present before you, all of these findings and evidences are there. We want you to go through them. We don't want to say Grand Gide will be very unstable. We don't want to say Grand Gide will be very unstable, but the Crown people would not want to work with Ellis Grant. Mr. President, we are saying to you there are a lot of sons and daughters of the county, including those who supported you from the United Party. You can appoint them. Any of our sons and daughters will be very happy. We'll work with the president, we'll support the president administration so the government of Liberia succeed in its development programs. But not Ellis Grant. So, Ellis Grant, as the superintendent of the county, will further undermine the development progress of your government. Nobody will want to work with a criminal like Ellis Grant. Mr. President, nobody wants to work with a criminal like Ellis Grant. Let's take that instance, Mr. President. There's a company operating in Grand Gide, or there's a company that you want to send to Grand Gide, and the people have already read the international news. They are reports to the effect that Ellis Grant is a criminal. Nobody wants to work with a criminal. I don't believe so. So when this company go there, certainly do. If the man can lie, fake degree. Now what about the man even faking our Liberia notes? So we should even be checking the man now, maybe in a car and have some fake LDs there that even using our Liberia market. Because if the man is very brave to go to another country fake document, and the country, that particular country university respond and tell you, Mr. President, or the government of Liberia, they may fake our document. Mr. President, apparently you were not in position there, but let me remind you. The Nigeria's foreign minister wrote during the 55th legislature to their House Speaker, Robert Chambers, their communication to that effect. I'm glad that the legislature have an information services record office yet. These are information, Mr. President, you should be tracing. What's the letter written by the Foreign Ministry of Nigeria electing the government that one of our government officials faked their country degree? Mr. President, we are saying to you, Ellis Grant is not a better choice. We agree LHSCR Grant contested on the Unity Party ticket. We as stakeholders of the party will vehemently told the party that Ellis Grant's selection as a candidate on the party ticket will further cause chaos than reconciling the people. This is a man out of the 8 administrative districts in Grenji that don't go to 4 districts. Mr. President, how will you have a local leader who don't go to some part of the county? If you are a superintendent, you should coordinate and run the administrative affairs of the county. Ellis Grant don't go to the Kunabo district only because he has unresolved issues with the people of the district. Mr. President, I'm also saying to you, your Vice President Jeremiah Kuhn, His Excellency Jeremiah Kuhn, Vice President of the Republic of Liberia, I went to Grenji during the campaign. And I told the Vice President, I said, Mr. Vice President, for us to have a reconciled county, and Ellis Grant is our candidate on the party ticket here in Grenji, Ellis Grant should be able to go to Kunabo district to resolve the situation there with the people. Ellis Grant refused. Ellis Grant disregarded you, Mr. Vice President. You are aware in my presence. We sat there, we make a budget, gave a budget available to Ellis Grant, and said, go to Kunabo district, go and reconcile your people, Mr. Grant. Mr. Grant did not go to 4 administrative districts in the county only because he felt insecure. We will not get a superintendent. Only say that in Zwedu, that will not go to Kunemo, that will not go to Putu, that will not go to Chien, that will not go to Kane Clan. Member of the press, it will interest you to know that today there's a protest ongoing in Ellis Grant hometown in Basson District, Porter. I'm glad some of you have your county correspondents in the Liberia counties. Yeah, I want to believe that some of the stations here today, you have your county correspondent. You can call them to ask them whether it is true that there's protest ongoing in Grenji. Protest ongoing in Zwedu. The people are saying no to you, Mr. President. This appointment would not mean well for us, and will not work with this man because of character issue. Ellis Grant has no standing. Member of the press will entertain questions from you. Thank you.
This has been a sustained protest from you guys. This is not the first one coming on the capital ground. Are you rating and presented a petition to one of the houses?
Certainly we did. We presented a petition to the Senate Pro Tempore. With Nombi Kanga Lawrence, we did, and she has been acknowledged for a couple of meetings. And she said she will inform her colleagues about our petition.
What about the nominating of our authority?
Of course we did. We met the Minister of State, Sylvester Grispate. We had a conversation about this matter. We have also presented a copy of our petition to the President. The President is aware. The President is aware that there's a situation on the ground.
How are you mentioning lieutenants of issues surrounding why you don't want Ellis Grant? What's the primary reason, if you were to choose the utmost important reason for which you don't want Ellis Grant as a superintendent of the county? What would be that?
You want Ellis Grant to have unresolved issues in the county? When you are a local leader, you should be able to unite the people. You should be able to work with other districts. This is the man who countless time citizens of the county have accused him of his involvement in taking away the lives of people. Well, that's a major issue. Ellis Grant should have long since reconciled with the people and support the people. Of course, every time my name involved in the violence in the county, mysterious killings and disappearing of people in the county, but this is it. This is my side of the story. But instead, Ellis Grant will always go on national radio and make statements to African people. And the people have said that this particular man is the man always. But the fact that you cannot say something concerning them, saying something as a leader, saying a statement that is reconciliatory, but to make a statement that will prompt the people against you more, we are saying this man will not work with the people in the county. That will not only cause harm for him, Ellis Grant, but it will further undermine the development practice of the government. Grant Jida should benefit. Of course, Grant Jida did not give 70 or 80% of the vote to only Joe White guy, but there were sons and daughters who stood up for the Unity Party. We were there. I went in the villages. I went in the villages and the towns in Grant Jida to campaign for the Unity Party. I was just the past immediate deputy campaign spokesman in the region. So of course, the field of our partisans were also qualified. There are other Grenadians who also don't support the Unity Party, but they are qualified for the job. So we're saying to you, Mr. President, appoint either of our sons and daughters of the country. Now, the next issue is, and you ask a very sensitive question concerning the major reasons. Falsification of documents in this country. You are a journalist, a very sound journalist, you are aware that it's a criminal law. It's criminal under our law to fake a document. So if Ellis Grant can fake a university document, you know, to whatever way to get whatever you have gotten in the past, because of course, he robbed the United Nations before with that same fake degree. In 2006, 2007, 2008, he robbed the United Nations. Then when he headed the United Nations office in Grenadians. So he used the fake document to rob people while qualified Liberians, some daughters of Grenadians, are sitting on the field and not getting jabbed. What would we say about educational sanity? You member of the press. Every day you talk about educational sanity on the radio, in the newspaper. So is the president saying to us that look, we'll just close all the schools in Liberia, no university, nothing. Just go outside, you fake your document, you fake degree, you can't get a job. What is the president saying about education? With this house, the House of Senate Committee on Education, be brave enough to even call the Minister of Education and ask for educational matters? No, because they will have no standing. And that's what I said to the chairperson on Internal Affairs. Why will your colleagues on the Committee on Education be saying about education in Liberia? If you see a man who is a broad-day criminal, who was exposed, University of Liberia just a walk from here. There are records there. Ellis Grant, expulsion letter from the university is clear. There are records. So if that kind of man, you look at and give him a prestigious position like the superintendent in the county, what message are you sending to our kids? So I would just take my daughter from school right now and just all sit down, man. You know what? I will just go somewhere, we'll just pay. Even when I go on trade center, we just based on that document.
No school
not important. So what are we saying about education? Our national leaders should be the one encouraging us about education. Not the one to be the one discouraging us from education and saying the process is not good. Some of us, we sat in school, we sat in the classroom for so many years. Some of us went to university for so many years, acquired credentials. Why do you think we can be qualified to serve that capacity? There's somebody who will just go overnight to one country, fake a document and just come. We don't know the name there. We're so smart by everybody. If Ellis Grant smart, if the president want to gain job, there are a lot of jobs that below the minimum requirements. Ellis Grant can be a town chief in his town. Fair enough. But I don't even think that Ellis Grant the people in his town will even work with him. Because like I just said to you, there's a protest ongoing in his own town in Grenadian town. So these are major issues. Ellis Grant has no standing. A man who lied. A man who was caught in criminality. What's standing? What are we saying? What are we teaching the society about moral? What are we saying? What are we teaching the society about moral? What are we saying?
So with all of what you've said, and you've also presented your petition to the lawmakers, what if the president doesn't listen and the Senate still goes ahead and confirm Honorable Grant?
I think Grenadians will not be healthy. And you'll be doing good for your government. Grenadians will not be healthy. The people have said to me to inform you, member of the press and the general public, that the county will not be healthy. The Crown people, we are peaceful people, but we don't want to be taken as very stupid people. And we don't want to also respond in a way that is going to cause problems for this country, or for even our sector, where we are from our country. We don't want to say Grenadians will be unstable, but Grenadians will not be healthy. Our people will not be happy, and they will not work with it. And when you are a leader in the county, if the people can work with you, how will you achieve your development goals? You will not achieve it. You will not achieve it. Ellis Grant, being superintendent, like I said, it will even further undermines the Local Government Act. They see building, they see very legislature by the Local Government Act, and they have minimum qualification for public officials, both at county level and national level. So what are we still saying? Should we also disrespect the code of conduct? Let's be real to ourselves. We said we voted change now, and the president said there'll be no business as usual. So if a man who was caught hand down in criminality, are you saying you the man only because of president interest or because of somebody interest? We are aware Senator Penn is spending a lot of cash. We are aware Penn is involved. We know that. Because Penn think that with the current situation on ground in the county, you think that you can use Ellis Grant to achieve whatever you want to achieve. And we're also saying to him, Penn, the people of Grenadians are watching you very, very, very closely. We know that you are the chief financier behind Ellis Grant, overnight nomination. We are aware of that, Mr. Penn, and we are saying to you, Can they desist? We know organizing meetings, coordinating meetings, spending a lot of money because you think that when Ellis Grant is in the county, you guys will do the usual.
Are you telling us that people are financing for nomination?
Senator Peno is the financier.
Are you telling us that
people
are paying money for the president appointments?
I'm telling you, of course, there are a lot of things happening. Politics is more deeper than you and I see it. I know what I'm telling you, and I have evidences that Senator Peno is the chief financier via Ellis Grant nomination. I'm aware of that. I know the meetings Senator Peno is having, and of course, I know the kind of conversations they're having. You have even contacted me, providing offers. But look, when I take an offer, what happened to the rest of the people in the county? So when you get everybody the 300,000 population, when you get everybody offer, you then get everybody offer. So it just makes no sense. So what we're saying to him, Senator Peno, you already know too that you also have unresolved issue with the people of Chief District. You are aware. You should be the one playing a role as a twin mother in a county, but not to be supporting a man that the county don't want to work with.
Somebody would say your action is politically motivated. Maybe you supported a unity party, or there is a specific person from the county that you want the president to nominate as superintendent.
Well, it's not politically motivated. Everybody's here from the county. If I don't even have money to pay people to come here. So what will you say about all the protests in the three?
Maybe you could have somebody behind you supporting the protest.
Nobody behind us. We are driven by our conscience to do what we are doing, because we feel that Ellis Grant superintendency will not mean well for us, will not benefit, and will undermine the development progress of the county. So we are not supported by anybody, and that's why we have been saying, we are not telling you, Mr. President, since KIG supported you as your former and just immediate deputy campaign spokesman in the South, is giving superintendent job. No, I don't want to be superintendent. I had no interest. So we say to you, Mr. President, put any of our sons and daughters, whether from the CDC, whether from the Unity Party, of course there should be government inclusion too, and I support it. But it should not be Ellis Grant, who have unresolved issues in the county, who don't have moral, who don't have integrity, and who don't have standing.
It has been reported that the superintendent designate should be having a confirmation hearing today. How long will you be here at the grounds of the Capitol with this information?
When it calls it to be here up to next year, we're going to be here. Because this struggle has started for the past 1 week. We have been called on the office of the president to immediately withdraw the nomination of Ellis Grant. So of course we got information that today, because you know normally on a Friday, I used to work in this building, I'm a former staff of this building, so I know the legislative politics, and I know what happens behind the scene. Today is Friday, normally there's no section, and we know that, you know, when colleagues who are in line with somebody nominated want to do something very clandestine, they will have to put it on the day that will not get attention of the public. You see this place deserted. People down here, so they want to organize a caricature, you know, committee room hearing, and want to say it will not work. It will not work.
What will you do to stop that?
No, we are here. We will not attack people. We will not attack people.
You're being here still, can I stop the committee from
fair enough. But we'll also remind them, fair enough. We'll also remind them, having confirmation is far different from accepting the fact that the president will be accepted or rejected. So we are saying to you, the Senate Committee Internal Affairs and Executive, that's what we have said clearly to Senator James Barney, who's the Senate Committee Chair on Executive, and Senator Prince Johnson, who's the Senate Committee Chair on Internal Affairs, that we are not saying you don't have confirmation. Well, we get confirmation, whatever way you want to do it, but we are very hopeful that the confirmation findings should reject Ellis Grant. One major is the confirmation findings. Okay. And the findings should be made public. Because I know there are a lot of them who don't want Ellis Grant to appear in open plenary. You are legislative reporters. You know the open plenary section, everybody will say that and will question. So because of that, they are afraid. So we can bring about Ellis Grant integrity issue. So we can bring about his lacking of moral, extending in our society. So what they want to do is to do a caricature committee, some small committee discussion, they night their battles or whatever they do it, and they send report. And we are saying to them, the committee's report should be made public. The findings of the Committee on Internal Affairs should be made public to the Liberian people to read what's the findings are about the confirmation of Ellis Grant, like they have done to other nominees and subsequent appointed government officials. So they should be the one telling us, okay, this is the report, they'll go and access the report. And like I said, we are very confident, and we know they will listen to us, our leaders. We know they will listen to us because these issues we are raising are genuine issues. So of course they will reject Ellis Grant in its confirmation findings.
Okay,
so
thank you.
Very hopeful of that.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
That's it. There. We're here. Thank you for following. Gedehians against the confirmation of Superintendent Destiny of Gedehians County, Alex Grant. Thank you so much for watching. Sean Liberia.
That's why we are telling them. That's why we are telling them that this protest is not a minority.